Hello everyone, today we are gonna check how to connect this tachometer or this RPM measure tool or measure screen to our machines. So basically, as you know, I am restoring one lathe, so I would like to place a tachometer into this lathe. I was searching in AliExpress about different kind of tachometers. I would prefer to have one smaller, but the only dimensions that I was able to find, it was this one. So basically, as you can see here, when you buy this tachometer, in this case, in my case AliExpress, it will come with the screen, with the cable to connect it, and also with the Hall sensor or Hall effect sensor, which is detecting each time that this magnet, which is included as well, is passing through this sensor, so you can count the amount of RPMs that you have in your machine. So basically, it's quite easy to connect it. I will show you in this video. First, we are gonna take a look to the screen. So it's really basic screen, and as you can see here, the part numbering. Let me check if you can see here better. Okay, yep. So basically, as you can see, it can go between 8 and 24 volts. I will use it probably with 12 volts. It's what I have in my machine. And these connections that you can see here, that we are gonna take a look soon how it is, and not much more information, frankly speaking, but it's enough to connect it. It will come also with this cable that you can see here, and with the MPN Hall effect sensor, as you can see here. So basically, let me check. The connection is quite easy. So we have blue, black and brown. Oh, okay, blue, black and brown. The blue one should go to the negative, as you can see here, because it's the ground. The brown one should go to the power, so to the positive of the power supply, and the black one is the one that is doing the switching against earth, that I will place you later schematic here in the screen. So basically, this is what we have, and also the magnet. So what we need first is to have a power supply. In this case, it doesn't matter. I have this one, which I used to use in my machines. I also use DIN rail power supply, so this is up to you, but this for this test would work. So basically, we are gonna supply the voltage positive and negative, 12 volts, to the screen. Okay, so let me take 1 second just to you to see in a better way. So basically, here we have the positive and here the negative. Okay, in a way that you can see more or less how this is connecting: right, positive, left, negative. So okay, so what we are gonna do is to connect this device in a way that we can have this RPM measured on our machines. Okay, so what we are gonna do is first to take the power for the screen. So basically, we are gonna take a look here, and as you can see, okay, the number 1, we should apply the power on the number 1, and also this will go to the brown cable, because as you can see here, the brown cable is the positive, so we need to connect together this one and the brown cable that you will see here. Okay, later on, the second one is the ground. Okay, this one is the ground of the circuitry, so this will be connected to the ground of this power supply. Okay, this one is the second one, and also it will be connected to the so it will be connected to the ground of this device. So we have the blue one, the cable, the blue one here, okay, this one, which will be connected to the number 3 that you can see here, blue. Okay, this is the ground of the sensing circuitry. So the two first, they are the power for the screen. The third one is the ground for the sensor. Okay, this one you can see here, and the fourth that you can see here is not in use, is blank. Okay, and the 5 is going to the black cable on the sensor which is the detection. So basically it's MPN. So it's here inside I will say that we have pull up, and once we have one detection on the whole sensor, it will assert this to ground. So this sensor basically it is, I will say, 12 millimeter diameter, okay, and it has around 10 millimeter of detection area. It says here that the detection area is 10 millimeters, and also the current that is able to draw, okay. You can see here you need to take in account if you use it for other purposes that it can switch the current that you have, and here the serial number, okay. It has as well here one LED that it is lighting always slightly lower intensity when nothing is detected, and higher intensity with when we have the magnet together. So basically we are gonna connect the screen. We connect this connector here and we are gonna start. So as you can see, the cable which is not in use, I have already cut it, but this is up to you, you can also remove it. So basically we are gonna take the number 1, okay, which is this one that you can see here. The cables came with a different drawing that you can see which is which, and this is the number 1, okay. So the number 1 should go to the positive of the power supply, okay, on the power supply. So we are gonna connect it. Let me connect it here, and also let me remove this here, okay. This is the number 1, then we are gonna connect it there, and also the whole effect sensor. Okay, so now we have the 3 cables here. So what we are gonna do is basically to connect the ground in the positive as well. Okay, so brown and first one to the positive. The second one should go to the negative. And now we start connecting the rest of the cables. So I have here an iron solder, so we can just connect it or connect them. So basically the third one that we can see here, okay, this third one is going to the blue one, okay, that you can see here, because it's the ground of the sensing circuitry. So we are gonna solder the blue one with the third cable that you can see here, okay. So let me do it in this way. Okay, perfect. Later on we will use heat shrink in order to be able to protect the cable from short circuit. So second cable with the blue one, and the latest cable number 5. Remember that one is not in use, so the number 5 we are gonna connect it to the latest cable. Okay, so now we have it. As you can see, it was not rocket science. So again, number 5 to black, number 3 or number 4 not used, number 3 to blue, number 2 it is going to negative of the power supply, and number 1 it is going to positive together with the ground cable of the sensor. Okay, so now what we are gonna do is to power all the stuff. I hope it will work. Okay, so as you can see, we have here the screen. You see that it's blinking because of the FPS of the camera, they are the same, like or they are able to capture the refreshing on this screen, but yeah, I would say that should be okay. So as you can see, this LED is lighting a bit, you can see it without any problem. So now we are gonna check with the magnet that, and this is something that you need to take in account. If we put one of the side of the magnet, the sensor is not detecting. If we put the other one, is detecting. You can see, right, that it is having higher intensity, the LED. So you need to put the correct polarity, let's say, on the magnet through the whole sensor. So if you glue the magnet to any surface, like I did here, which is, this is coupled to the axle of the lathe, so consider that you need to glue, or yeah, you need to glue the face that is not working to the other side. Okay, so now it's working, and you can see that it can read the RPMs. So we see here numbers, and yeah, basically that's all you need to take in account when connecting this kind of sensors. So we are talking about NPN with a tachometer screen and also external power supply, and as you can see, it's really easy.